Hi, Christina Brown here with the Brown team at eXp Realty. Something we have not talked about are floor plans. What kind of floor plan should you consider? Well, I think it depends on some things. I've learned that you usually have things you love or hate about where you're at now, so that's probably part of the reason you're moving. So remember what it is that isn't working for you, that you don't like about your home, so we can avoid those things as much as possible. And then what is it you love about your home? Then maybe we can find some of those features in your home. But when it relates to floor plan, it is typically due to needs, maybe mobility issues, maybe you need to have a separate entrance for a home office, maybe you need second living quarters. So certain floor plans do better for some of these needs than others. But also, do you entertain a lot? Do you have a lot of out-of-town guests? There's just so many things to consider when you're considering floor plan. Like I said, a lot of times, either you want a similar floor plan to what you have now, you just need it in a different location, or you need a different size, bigger, smaller, whatever, or you may totally hate everything about the layout of your home and you have learned that you don't like it and that you want something totally different. So that's usually one of the big sources of information to help you gear what kind of floor plan is what you like and don't like about where you are. Well, if you're a first-time home buyer, you may not be in a home yet, so typically you're not near as picky. You just need a certain number of bedrooms and bathrooms and space for everyone and everything that you need. But you'll find when you live in your first house, your needs will change, your likes and dislikes will change. A lot of that too is typically first-time home buyers are younger. Younger people don't really care if there's a lot of stairs, especially if you have a big family, you just want your family to fit. Typically we see for younger people, younger families, large families, 2 stories work really well because that gives you 3 full levels of living space. You have the main level, the upper level, and then the basement, and especially if the basement is finished. Those work super great for large families. But there are also several split style homes that could be side splits, tri-levels. Those two are very similar, almost the same. You have split entries, you have atrium splits. There are just a million different kind of splits. California splits. Those a lot of times do work well for families as well. What people love about the California splits, they don't feel as chopped up because you typically walk into a large family hangout room. Then the kitchen and most of the bedrooms and laundry are on the next level, and then you have another level for usually the master. So it spaces your family out, but it's not overwhelming. So people like splits. But again, it just depends on your needs. Typically, the people that are really particular are those people that are like, I want everything on one level. So we often think that that would be a ranch style home, which yes, that is definitely one level living, but it could also mean a reverse story and a half. So a reverse story and a half is basically a ranch with a walkout basement. Typically it's finished. And so that gives you that extra level and an extra exit for additional quarters or entertaining purposes or whatever. So ranch and reverse story and a halves are very interchangeable. A lot of times that's what we're looking for when somebody says they want one level. But sometimes we have families where they know they're going to have their older children come back and visit with grandkids often. Maybe they live out of town. They want a little bit of extra space only when they need it. And therefore, a story and a half is a great plan for them because it's basically a ranch or a reverse story and a half, but it's got an extra level with extra bedrooms up there and bathroom that you would only utilize when you need it. The rest of the time, you completely can live on one level and only live in the space that you would normally use on a regular basis. So those are great for those situations. Anyways, there's some great floor plan options. My advice to you is write out any special needs that you or anyone in your family may have, but also what is it you like or you don't like about the home you're currently in. If you're a first-time home buyer, I say think back to the home you grew up in. What did you like or not like about that? So those will help guide and direct you. Of course, we can do that too. If we hear you say, you want one level living, we can help fine tune that and ask more questions. But there are many options out there available for floor plans, so hopefully this gave you something to think about. Anytime you have questions, reach out. Have a great day.